Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Your Next Cast. Thank you so much for checking out another episode. My name is Titus. It is good to be with you again. If you're brand new to the channel, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. That's right down below. There's a red button that might say subscribe. You want to hit that, ring the bell beside it. It lets you know every time that I upload content. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will leave a thumbs up. Well, today I get to show you the first Mystery Tackle Box Pro that I've ever received. There we go, right there. Thankfully, earlier this year, we got in contact with the Catchco company, and they were kind enough to send us a couple of boxes and some lures. And so I wanted to open it up right on camera for you so you can see the first time that I'm doing this. So I've always wanted to do it. And the reason I've kind of been skeptical is because I'm like, if I buy lures, if I spend money, I want to buy something that I actually, want and will use. And if it's a mystery tackle box, like I don't know if that's going to be the case. But the converse side of that is the mystery of it is intriguing. Like, what are you going to get? You might get something that becomes a new favorite lure, because that has happened before as well, where, I bought a lure for some other reason, like mainly it was on clearance, and then it turned out to be, a lure that I love, like the Yum Dinger. Or it could be a lure that somebody gave me, like the painted lures that I got earlier this year from the painted lure from Joe from Parabellum Fishing that I fell in love with, or the 13 Fishing crankbaits that I got that I fell in love with. So I never would have picked those myself, but it was great that I got them. And so it's definitely got me intrigued for the mystery tackle box, again, just because you don't know what you're gonna get, and it's kind of like Christmas. And since we're at Christmas, let's jump right into it. So I'm gonna get this is the closest knife I had. Like, I don't know why I have a knife this big, like near me. It's probably not a great idea. But I'm just gonna cut the seal on it. Hopefully we get this right on one take, because now it's open. And cool. So I'm gonna just open it up for you. That's what it looks like when you first open it up, right there. And then you open up these two and unfold it. So that looks really cool. So Shop with Carl, which again, affiliated with Catchco, Carl's Bait and Tackle. Ruler in here as well, as you can see. Catch, measure, share. That's very cool. They got some nice lures in here that I see already. So what I'm gonna do is I kind of move this out of the way a little bit, just so you can see the lures that I'm going to be pulling out here. So I'm gonna start with this Lunker Hunt Splash 12S. Pretty good sized jerk bait, has a pretty good sized bill on it. I don't have anything like this. And so here's why this is a good thing to do, because I would have never bought this lure on my own. Or if you're thinking about a good gift idea for someone for their birthday, Father's Day, Christmas, these are good things to think about. So here we go. Lunker Hunt, they make good lures. This bill is shaped differently for sure. I'm imagining it's going to give it some very erratic action with that type of bill that's on it. So I'm going to study this a little more off camera, like for the sake of time. I'm not going to go through all the things I normally go through when I first examine a lure I've never used before. But that's pretty cool. It's got some good rattle to it, but it's a nice looking lure. So that's our first one that we have. I'm probably putting that back in there wrong, but just gonna set that, let's get that out of the way. Just gonna set that guy right there. Hopefully you can see it okay. Next thing I'm gonna grab is going to be a Jenko, and this looks like a lipless crankbait. Rip Knocker. That's what it's called, the Rip Knocker. So I don't have anything that even looks like this. Kind of reminds me of the 13 Fishing lure that I had, because it's got such a big profile here on this part and the eyes, but got some good rattle to that too. You got the rubber bands here holding the hooks, but that's what that guy looks like. Let me hold him like that for you, so you can see him. Hopefully you can see him really well. But I'm always happy to throw a lipless. Feels like it's got some good weight to it, so I'm looking forward to throwing that as well. So I'm gonna throw that guy right there. Hopefully it stays. Next we have some drop shot stick weights, 3/16 ounce. You can always use these. Even though I don't honestly drop shot a lot, but I probably need to drop shot more. Like I do pretty well in fishing anyway, but I feel like if I did drop shot more, I'd probably catch a lot more fish. So we'll throw that. I don't know if I can do that in a way that it'll stay up, but let me just set it right there. What else we got? And then we have some big bite baits. I do have some of these, fortified with bait juice. Check that out. I have another one that looks just like this. It's almost like a Papa Crawl that I have. And this color is like a green pumpkin and orange type of color. But there we go, some big bite lures. And what else do we have? We have some Spearpoint GP finesse hooks. I don't have any hooks like this at all. Again, these are for drop shot. Size 2, it's a 6-pack of them. Have a look at that right there. It's got the V grip on it. It's pretty nice. So again, there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4 things that I've never used before. And this is a 5th thing that I've never used before, which is another crank. It's a small crank. It's got a chartreuse color on it. 2 inches, dives 2 to 4 feet. Here we go. And let's see what else we got. And one more thing we got in here. We got a few more things in here actually. We have some, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, Sematis baits. These are some drop shot baits. It looks like a type of what's funny is on the back it says not for human consumption. You gotta label that stuff because people do weird stuff. But it's a drop shot type of lure. Reminds me of the Dream Shot by Strike King. But all of that's a part of the drop shot setup. So here's what it looks like. I want to say it's like a pumpkin magic type of color or a candy crawl type of color that's on there. And so you take this guy, this, and this, and you will have a pretty nice setup. And I might do a video on creating that drop shot mechanism from these 3, but all these 3 work together to create a good setup that I'm sure would catch some fish, especially here in Lake of the Woods. I'm sure it would catch fish because the drop shot is a great technique. I mean, probably outside of the Ned rig is probably one of the deadliest ways to catch bass for sure. And then we got a couple of other things in here as well. Oh, I should have probably started with this. This is the card that says what's inside of the Bass Pro box with the prices on it. So I'm gonna try to get a close up for you on that. Hopefully you can see that well. So I'm gonna just read it off again real quick to you. We have the Jenko Fishing Rip Knocker. That's this right here. We have the Castic Mana. I hope I'm saying that right. Right here. We have the Lunker Hunt Impact Splash Jerkbait right here. And we have Carl Stash Drop Shot Stick Weights, which are these. And then we have the Big Bite Baits Swimming Crawl, which are these. And then I left out the Sematis Baits, Sematosho Tea. I think I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, all kinds of wrong, but that's this right here. And I probably should have gone through the prices. So this Jenko is $9.99. This Castic Mana is $7.99. The Lunker Hunt is $6.99. The Spearpoint Performance hooks, which I don't think I mentioned them last time, were $5.49. The Sematis Baits, I gotta pronounce that right here, is $4.66. And then the Carl's Drop Shot is $3.49. And then the Big Bite Swimming Crawl is $3.49. So you definitely get your money's worth with one of these. I mean, this one happened to be free because it was given to me, but even if I paid for it, you know, I would feel like I definitely got my money's worth within it. And so you have that on one side. You have this QR code on the other side that I believe if you scan it, it gives you pro tips and videos that you can get right on your phone. So make sure you do that as well if you have a Pro Box. What else we got here? We got a Catch Co sticker that's mimicking Pac-Man. So we got to find a cool place to put that. I'll probably put it on my tackle box with a lot of the other stickers that I have on there. Hopefully get that up close so you can see that well. And then last but not least, we have the Mystery Tackle Box by Catch Co. Dibble Fishing Tips and Tricks. So I'm imagining this is just a 3 ways to rig a drop shot. Yep. It's just I think it's a guide to kind of helping you out if you're just getting started into fishing, which is really cool. Yep. So this is what's really awesome about this box is that not only do they give you everything to rig up a drop shot and to do a drop shot, but then they actually give you instructions that will help you with your drop shotting. And beyond that, I'm sure if you click on the QR code, you can find more videos and things on drop shotting as well. And that will be really cool to put on there. It's got a pro tip on the back here. So all in all, I am very impressed with this box. It kind of makes me wish, you know, I had gotten into it sooner and done it sooner, but I really like all the tackle that I got here. It gives me something new to experiment with. So I'm definitely going to be investing more in getting some Mystery Tackle Box Pros. So if you are new to fishing or know someone that is, or somebody that wants to get into fishing, this is a good way to go because not only will they get a good variety of lures to fish with, but they'll also get some tips, some hints, some tricks that will help them use those techniques in a way that is going to be productive. So that's all I got for today. Again, just showing the Mystery Tackle Box Pro. And hopefully we'll have more boxes and unboxings in the future. But anyway, we thank you so much for coming along with us and watching. We really appreciate it. We hope that you and your family has a wonderful Christmas and a very happy New Year. We will see you next time right here on Your Next Cast.